Guys, how you doing? It's your girl Sky and I'm back with another reaction video. Um I got this 5 signs of toxic femininity and I'm so just ready to jump into this video. But before that, I want to tell you guys thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button and join the family if you want to. We welcome all. Doesn't matter what your opinion is. I'm open to it and I'm willing to talk. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Men are visual creatures. They like to see women as attractive as possible, and you are not willing to do that bare minimum so he can see you attractive as possible. Sis, that is very toxic.
Facts. Facts. That is toxic. Laziness isn't cute. Laziness isn't cute. It ain't fun for who you trying to be in a relationship with, and it shouldn't be fun for you.
Anytime you need a lover, call on me. I'll be waiting. Hey YouTube, this is Chantel, and I use my channel to have uncommon conversations about dating, specifically in the Black community. There seems to be a disconnect between what women think men want from a relationship and what men actually want from the relationship. So I use my space to have these conversations in an effort to bridge the gap so we can start seeing more two-parent households in the Black community. To help me grow my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video. As you guys can see from the title, we are going to be talking about toxic femininity. For too long, that term toxic masculinity has been thrown around, and I like to keep things fair and balanced. Yes, there is toxic masculinity, but on the flip side of that, there is also toxic femininity. And in this video, we're going to go over 5 signs of toxic femininity. Now, please remember, none of my videos are intended to bash, shame, or insult anybody. I am using my platform to encourage women, especially Black women, to take a step back and self-reflect. We need to start taking accountability if we want to become the best version of ourselves so we can start attracting better quality men. So I'm using my space to call out these behaviors, to highlight these behaviors, to bring awareness, because we live in a world that's run by a woman and our perspective. And a lot of times, because we're not hearing the men's perspective, we may not be aware of what they're thinking. So I have been hunting down this information, doing my research, and then presenting it to Black women who want to learn how to love a Black man, who want to learn how to build with a Black man, so together we can have more two-parent households in the Black community.
This vision is amazing, and I really hope that she goes far with it and a lot of people start tuning into her channel as well, because this is so important. It's so important, and a lot of people aren't really paying attention to what is really going on. And when I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of women. I just want to be very clear. They're not paying attention to what's really going on and where the disconnect is in our households, period.
Toxic femininity can be defined as using your feminine energy, using your femininity to manipulate men to get what you want. You're not a true feminine woman. The number one sign of a toxic feminine woman is manipulation. These level up channels are teaching these women how to manipulate men with their femininity. And that is toxic, very toxic behavior. Because think about it on the flip side. If men were supposed to use their masculinity just to get women, sleep with them, and then leave them, it would have been a disaster. We need to start having good faith when we enter relationships, and when we interact with the opposite sex, our mirrored counterpart.
I just want to know, why do you guys think that when why do, as women, why do we think that we need to control the relationship? Why would you want to control the relationship? You like really think about it, and as hurtful as it might sound, the truth of the matter is we have a womanly time of the month every month, and around that time of the month, every single month, our emotions are all over the place. Sometimes it comes as early as a week before, sometimes it stays after. It just all really depends on the woman. I mean, it could come before that. But if your emotions are always, you know, rocky, and then on top of that, you're indecisive. So you're emotional, you're indecisive as heck, but you need to control everything. That doesn't really seem like it goes together. That's why competitiveness and femininity are not synonymous. That's why being the head of the household and being a woman is not going to work. And some women are so freaking evil. Like, if you do decide, okay, I'm gonna let her control it and see how it runs, just maybe if we try it this way, it'll work. Let's hear her out. And then you get in that place of position and you completely dog your man out. Now he all kind of he a woman. Oh, he acting like a bee, and he's a girl, and all of this other stuff. But when he was trying to be masculine and take charge of the relationship and guide you, oh no, you're using your masculinity against me. You just want to use me to be your maid. I'm not your slave. This and that. Da, 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 da. Like, where is the trust? The trust that he's not gonna lead you in a bad direction. And I'm not here to bash anyone either. And by any means, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Me and my man have problems. Difference is, when he tells me I'm messing up, I look at myself and then move accordingly to fix it and better myself, because I trust him to lead me into a better person. Not just for myself, but for him and for our family. Because when you bring two separate groups of people together, okay, when this person was raised, and maybe in his household there wasn't a lot of affection being shown, and then in this woman's household, all she knows, the only way she knows how to show affection is this certain way. Like, you bringing those two things together, of course it's going to clash. But the disconnect comes when you close your ears and open your mouth, instead of closing your mouth and opening your ears. Let's continue.
If we ever want to see better in the black community, it starts within. And using your femininity to manipulate a man, using your femininity just to get one over, just to get things out of him, that is toxic. Toxic. Another sign of toxic femininity is always playing the victim card. It's always someone else's fault. If you ask a woman why did her relationship ended, or why is she single, why is she not married yet, it's always someone's fault. And a lot of times us black women love to blame it on black men.
Yes. Yes. But the part about it that makes me the most irritated is it's these women that get their degrees and they got their businesses and they feel like they're boss babes or whatever, and they feel like they're, making more money than a man, and that's why he doesn't like her. But the real reason is, you feel like you're saying that you're a strong woman and you don't need no man and all of this other stuff, and you're comparing that to, or you're comparing being a strong woman to the wrong things. Because being rude and disrespectful, loud, obnoxious, unreasonable, and irrational, being combative, being argumentative and malicious, that doesn't make you a strong woman. It makes you insufferable. It makes people not want to be around you, and I'm guaranteed it makes me and not want to live in an environment where you're there. Period. Like, it doesn't. And once you acknowledge what's really going on, that's when we can start moving forward as a people in within our black households. Like, let's continue.
Doesn't matter what it is, we are going to say it's the black men's fault. The black men are the leaders. The black men are supposed to protect us. The black men aren't doing this. The black men aren't doing that. That is toxic. Always having that victim mindset is toxic. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, imagine being in a relationship with someone who thinks as though they're perfect queen and empresses.
But explain to me, I'm sorry. Oh, I just keep stopping her. But explain to me how you have a victim mindset when you're the one in the top chair. You're controlling what's going on right now. They always say, you want to know who's in charge, follow the money. Like, women are literally sitting in a top seat and they're saying, oh, men aren't protecting us, but you're not protecting our men. You're not protecting our men. And the very fact that the men even need protection from their women is sad, because we should be the ones standing behind them, the toughest, the hardest, like as a woman, not as a boss bee. Like, come on. Like, this is, it's really ridiculous.
And can do nothing wrong, can't take accountability for their actions, and are not even self aware enough to see how their behaviors and their patterns have been negatively influencing the black community. And I've said this many times, I'm not trying to bash, shame, or insult us black women, but we need to take a hard look in the mirror and stop playing that victim card. Stop having that victim mentality and stop saying that our black men are the reasons as to why we are victims.
And stop wearing your feelings on your sleeves. I get, as women, we are emotionally driven 80% of the time. Like, you're emotionally driven as a woman. That's just how we were brought up. But in order to break that, stop letting emotions and your feelings take precedent over facts. And the only reason y'all are doing this is because it weakens the need for personal responsibility. You are literally saying, oh, this fact hurts my feelings, so it's not true. That doesn't even make sense when you think about it logically. Like, do you even hear how ridiculous you sound? People have dug themselves so far into the fabrications of their minds that they can't smell the flowers for all of the poop that's laying around their yard. You got a whole garden of beautiful flowers right here. You have something that can be completely beautiful. Do you even know how strong the black household really was when it first started off? And you have something that's completely beautiful. You got this fresh line of flowers right here. You can't even smell it because you busy shoveling poop into your own yard. Make it make sense.
That is toxic. Toxic. I think I'm on my third sign of toxic femininity is when a woman is not curious about a man's day. She's not curious of how she can make his day better. True femininity is selfless. True femininity wants to take the stress away from her man.
I'm going to stop this right here. But just to go off of what she was saying right there, and I'm going to put this video link in the description box. I normally always do. I'm pretty sure I always do, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys can go and watch the original video. But just to go off of what she said, there are two things in a relationship that really, really make the relationship. And that is the needs of the woman and the needs of the man. The woman cannot ignore the needs of the man, and the man can't ignore the needs of the woman. Is y'all want to be equal so bad, equal, 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 but this is the point. We're not equal. We crave for different things. We want for different things. We will never be equal. But are you willing, if you're in a relationship with someone, to love that person and try your best to make their life joyous? Like, that's what we're here for. Nobody wants to be stressed out all the time. Nobody wants to be arguing all the time and going back and forth with you about little stuff. But when it comes to the real things, those two main things are affection and sex. The man's always gonna want sex. Why? Because he has a hormone called testosterone, way more than women. Men have way more testosterone than women. This is another scientifically proven thing that separates man from woman that y'all are completely ignoring and saying, oh, that's not true. But it's been proven that men have way more testosterone than women. So they're going to value sex a lot more in the relationship than they are the affection. And whereas a woman needs that affection, and that's what she values. And what y'all don't realize is affection is the setting of the relationship, and sex is an act in the relationship. Both of them are equally as important. As long as a woman is getting the affection that she needs, then she's going to take care of every freaking whim that that man desires. She's going to try to play out all his fantasies. She's going to do everything that she can to make that man happy. Period. End of discussion. As long as she's a real woman and she's not trying to use her sex to manipulate you and do all that dumb stuff. and it really comes down to choosing your partner wisely, choosing who you want to get in bed with, and stop just laying with anybody and then blaming the whole world for your problems. It doesn't work that way. It really it doesn't work that way. But we should all strive to try to better ourselves. And that's just it. That's just it. Stop trying to blame everybody. Stop trying to always be right about something, because at the end of the day, if you can understand this little point that you're not perfect, then you should be able to understand how to listen to someone else's viewpoint. And before you react, step back and think about it. And think about all the instances where you might have been doing what they're saying. And then figure out how you can fix it. And stop just trying to what was it? Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. KS used to always say. And by the way, I don't think 99% of the things that that man said was true. The problem is that it hurt y'all feelings. God rest that man's soul, by the way. But I'm gonna end this video there. You guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm more than willing to get this topic going down there. So just go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want. I really appreciate all of the subscribers that I've already got. Lord, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's time for me to stop talking. I appreciate all of you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.